For many of us, comics are nostalgic parts of our childhood. If you ask someone about their favourite comic book character, it's a good bet it would be from a DC or Marvel series. However, don't be surprised if nowadays you hear a few Webtoon names thrown into the mix as well. So what's a Webtoon, I hear you ask? Introduced in the late 90s, Webtoons are types of digital comics originating from Korea. Compared to their Western counterparts, Webtoons are a fairly new medium, but one which quickly rose to popularity due to their unique art style and gripping stories and the hard works of their creators. Also, the ease of availability made possible through the online presence of Webtoons. Right now, there are thousands published and available for free to read on webtoons.com. The tradition of adapting comics into movies is an old and successful one, and many Korean webtoons have also been adapted into successful movies. Here's a list of our favourite amazing Korean movies that are adapted from webtoons. The 2020 movie Secret Zoo is based on a story called I Won't Bully You, written and illustrated by Hun. The movie and the webtoon follow the story of a struggling attorney Tae-so. He's been given the job of saving a family zoo. The problem is the zoo doesn't have any crowd-pulling animals left. Tae-soo comes up with the idea of the staff wearing animal costumes pretending to be the animals, and this way they'll still be able to run the zoo. As ridiculous as the idea may sound, it works. But it would take a lot more than just animal costumes to save this zoo. This is quite a hilarious family comedy film and one that we think you'll be entertained by. Released on December 14, 2017, Still Rain is based on the webtoons of the same name and is a series that ran from April 28, 2011 to January 5, 2012. The writer of the webtoons also wrote the screenplay and directed the movie. Still Rain is an action thriller. The story revolves around Yong Chul-woo, an ex-agent who's given the task to assassinate two people in order to stop a coup against North Korea's great leader. However, the coup happens, and Chul-woo barely manages to save the North Korean great leader and cross the border into South Korea to escape from the pursuers after them. Now the rogue military unit that has seized control of the North is determined to start a war with the South. The South Korean Minister of Foreign Affairs finds this out and tracks down Yong Chul-woo, and together they try and stop the two countries from going to a full-scale nuclear war. A standalone sequel, Still Rain 2 Summit, was released in July 2020 from the same director and with both actors from the first film returning but playing different characters. Inside Men is a political crime thriller based on the popular webtoon The Insiders, starring the popular Lee Byung-hun. Inside Men is a story of corruption, manipulation, and abuse of political power and media. A former henchman of a presidential candidate is hell-bent on revenge. An ambitious prosecutor is looking for his chance to rise in the ranks by uncovering the truth of funding for presidential elections, and of course, the politician and media covering their tracks. The story cleverly depicts how easily corruption and the power of media can manipulate the narrative in the eyes of the masses. Inside Men stands as the highest grossing 18+ rated Korean domestic film in ticket admissions with over 9.1 million tickets sold at the box office. Released in 2013, the blockbuster film Secretly, Greatly is also based on the webtoon series Covertness by Hun. Secretly, Greatly narrates the story of three young North Korean spies sent on a mission to the South. These young boys disguise themselves as a high school student, a singer, and a village fool and infiltrate a small town. One day, they receive a mission brief to kill themselves. Will they follow these orders? Covertness is undoubtedly one of the most famous webtoons in Korea. The movie also followed its popularity. Secretly Greatly broke many box office records, including the record for most ticket sales on its first day of release by a Korean film, highest opening weekend, and the highest grossing webtoon-based film. It also broke records for the fastest million, 2 million, 3 million, and 4 million marks in audience numbers. It might surprise you to find that the famous two-part movie series of Along with the Gods is based on a webtoon series with the same name. The first movie was released on the 20th of December 2017, with the second film subtitled The Last 49 Days released on the 1st of August 2018. Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds tells the story of firefighter Kim Ja-hong, who after his untimely death during a rescue meets three guardians. He is informed they will assist him during his trials of the afterlife. In the next 49 days, he must pass 7 trials. If he passes these, he'll be reincarnated. However, his trials are affected by the death of his brother, who becomes a vengeful spirit. Along with the gods, the last 49 days continues the story from its predecessor and follows the trials of the brother. Made with a total budget of US $36.6 million, Along with the gods, The Two Worlds, and Along with the Gods, The Last 49 Days, accumulated box office earnings of US $108.2 million and US $92.5 million respectively. The two films are also the 3rd and 11th most watched domestic films of all time in South Korea respectively. The films broke many box office records. Along with the Gods, The Last 49 Days set the record for the highest pre-sale tickets in South Korea's box office history. The film also broke the opening day record in South Korea. It also holds the record for the fastest reaching 7, 8, and 9 million views in South Korean box office history. Well, that's it for our list of favourite webtoons based on Korean movies. So which is your favourite movie based on a webtoon? Also, which of these movies did you think was adapted best from the original source? Which series do you think should be adapted into a movie? Thank you for watching this video. Please press the like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.